Okay, what's up, my viewers and my fellow upcoming bassists there? If you are just joining this channel for the first time or seeing this video for the first time, this is Joe Baz, and this is the very second video on becoming a pro bassist, starting from the beginner level. This is 002. Yes. Now, from the first time from the first video, we're able to look at the overview of a bass guitar, everything about a bass guitar, and if you if you need that before following this video, because definitely you need that before understanding this video, I advise you to go and watch that previous video. I'll drop the link in the description, and you can do well by supporting me, follow me, subscribe to my channel, as you can like, you can comment, and click on the notification button so that you will not miss this great opportunity to become a pro bassist. So let's get started. So now we'll be talking about the basic techniques of a bass guitar. Yes, I know most of you will be expecting me to start up with do re mi fa sol la ti do, but don't get me wrong, we'll get there. But there are some things you need to get and understand before we can start doing playing and doing all those stuff. You'll get there, don't worry. Now you don't need to be in a hurry. Let's take it one step after the other. Now, on this bass guitar, one of the major techniques, in fact the most important, you need to understand before you get started is the interaction between you as the bass player with the bass guitar. Now that's where a lot of people miss out, and once you don't have the proper interaction with your bass guitar, what happens is that you along the way, playing will be a bit difficult for you. Yes, what will be easy for you to do, you'll be struggling to do that. Now, great bassists, yes, people that have the right techniques, they don't think of what to play. They just think about playing. That is it. I know you don't get that, but I will explain that later. Now, first of all, as a bassist, you need to understand how to interact with your fingerboard. Now, what is the fingerboard? This is the fingerboard. The fretting, the fretboard, or let me say yes, this entire board. This is the fingerboard where the frets are. Now you need to understand how to interact with this. Now I am a right-handed bassist, and I know most bass guitars are built for right-handed people. But if you're a left-handed person, it's still similar thing but in the other position, in the other direction. Now this hand here, as a right-handed bassist, your left hand is your fretting hand, because that is what you use to play on the fretboard. Yes, it is your fretting hand. Now, you need to make this hand, you need to be able to interact between this hand and the fretboard in order for you to play adequately, in order for you to be able to balance your play and not think of what to play or how to play. You are meant to be thinking about playing and not how to play. Once you master this technique, your fretting hand must get used to your fingerboard. Secondly, your plugging hand, which is your right hand, the hand you use in plucking the strings, must get used to the body of your bass guitar. So this part of the bass guitar is the plugging area where we pluck the strings, and then the last thing is the strap, or we call it a torso. That is what supports the weight of the bass guitar. Now when standing, I am actually sitting down now, but when standing as a bassist, the weight of your bass is not supposed to be held by your hand. It's not supposed to be supported by your hands. It is to be supported by your straps. Yes, so that your hands will be free enough to play. That's why I said someone that has mastered this technique will not be thinking of how to play, because by the time you are using this hand to support the bass guitar, the weight of the bass guitar, already that is a weight on your hands, and it will be difficult for you to play adequately. So you need to master how to put your strap on the bass guitar and hold it on the bass guitar. so that it can support the weight of your bass guitar and you reduce the stress when playing. So that is an exercise I want you to do. If you have a personal bass guitar, get the strap and check the length of the strap. Let it not be too long and let it not be too short, because naturally a bass guitar with head has the tendency to go down, because the the weight of this head of the bass guitar is much more because of than what you have here, because naturally this will be supported along your body. So if you put your bass guitar short, you will discover that it's leaning downwards and it's not effective for your play, because as a bassist, your bass is supposed to be facing this direction upwards. Yes, to make your play simpler and easier for you, because playing along this first set of frets now, the moment your bass is this way, you discover that the distance between these and your hands is much more, so you'll be struggling to play. But when it is upwards, it is easier for you to play along your first set of frets. So that is one important thing you must know. Now that will be all for this video. Yes, you might be wondering why it is this short, but it's just to bring to your knowledge the interaction between you as the bass player and your bass guitar. So now, understanding this will be very critical moving into the next step, which we'll be facing in the next video. So I need you there to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the notification button so that you can get updated when the next video drops in a bit. So see you soon. Thank you for watching.